27th of October 2023. Dozens left without electric vehicle home chargers as company goes into receivership. Irish Independent article by Amy Malloy. Right? Dozens of customers waiting to have electric vehicle home chargers installed by an Irish company have been left in limbo after receivers were appointed to it. Some people who paid up to $700 in advance. Why does anyone pay in advance? Surely you normally order the thing and so won't do it, don't give them the money. $700 in advance for an installation by Cork-based Smartzone, not Smartphone now, Smartzone, Z-O-N-E. Fear they will be left out of pocket. Fear they will be left out of pocket. The company previously announced plans to put 25,000 electric vehicle EV charging points in homes across Ireland. Big plan. Yes, electric, And that fella that's running this Eamon Ryan, I'm convinced he's stone mad. He's a stone madman, that's what he is, Eamon Ryan, the minister. He said the other day that in very shortly, everything will be clean energy. There'll be no energy, only clean energy, which is impossible. He is not right in the head. I don't think it's malicious with him. It's pure madness and ignorance. So anyway, now, so to read that again, the company previously planned to install 25,000 electric vehicle EV charging points in homes across Ireland by 2025. It had also partnered with Electric Ireland, which used the company as its recommended home charger installer and offered customers a €100 discount if they signed up. Right? I wonder, did the customers get the discount? How did that go? However, many people have reported issues with Smartzone, with some waiting months for the installation process to be complete. Others told how engineers failed to turn up on the day. They failed to turn up. I didn't bother coming, they come whenever done. Failed to turn up on the day for which their appointment has been scheduled. In a statement, Electric Ireland, that's the ESB's crowd, said that while Smartzone would continue to trade as normal during this time, well, it's not trading as normal if it doesn't do what it's took the money to do. EV chargers will no longer be installed with immediate effect. That's a contradiction in terms. It's either in receivership or it's not. Electric Ireland is working with Smartzone to resolve issues for many customers impacted. They'll probably give them the money back and charge it to my bill. I paid my bill the other day for a family home. This is not the farm, a family home. It has electric cooking, I do agree. But it's quite normal. It's not a very hard time of year on power. It was, I think, it was something like €310 with all in. Something like €310 all in. So if you multiply that by 6, that's $1,800 a year. Now, so will Electric Ireland bail out these people? I don't know. If they do, it'll be with my money. There's no doubt. A letter was sent to those affected on behalf of the receivers this week. It said receivership has arisen as a consequence of insolvency. And I predict insolvency is a word you're going to see a lot with regard to all woke, renewable energy, clean energy, other things, right? So now, the receivers were appointed to the company on the 17th of October. It's understood that they are running a consultation period of around 16. They're running a consultation period with around 16 employees, and looking to sell certain parts of the business. See, can they scoop up anything that's left? Now, Smartzone is continuing to trade, but in a reduced capacity. It also specialises in smart home solutions and home security. Well, if it's promising to put in electric chargers in houses, it should have had the planning for that. It should have planned it. It should have known where it was getting its components. It should have worked out its cost base before it took money of people. And is it that smart, really, if it does that? If it does that, okay? And they're doing home security. How smart is that? Earlier this year, it announced in a partnership with Danish EV charging platform Montad, Denmark, another mad green spot. The deal enabled Montad and Smartphone to provide homeowners and charge point operators a way to manage charging schedules. So they're talking about schedules there. That'll mean they'll tell you when to charge. And you can go down to the filling station and throw in a drop of fuel into it there at any time. View consumption data, read all your data, and give charging access to friends, families, and guests. Prices for EV chargers start around €700 with Smartzone. Customers could also avail of the EV home charging grant funded by government, which provides 600. Now, I cannot tell you if the total price is 700 to them and 6, which would make €1,300 for the whole lot, or is it 700 with a grant of 6 costing actually 100? That is unclear. Smartphone was contacted for comment. Recent figures published by the Society of the Motor Industry show that EV sales fell almost 20% in September when compared to the same period last year. I have to shake hands with myself there. My object is to put them completely gone. They might do an old doll or an old fella or someone like that only has to pop up the town and doesn't want to be changing oil and all that. But even with that, your battery will do you at best maybe 12 years. It'll start to fade. You'd still get up to do the shopping with it. So I'm not altogether saying that for that kind of a Granny Smith type of operation, they're not too bad. I can't recommend them collecting the children because they're a fire hazard. Okay, so but that's all they're good for. The idea of a nurse having one of them to go to work in a hospital 30 miles away, that is mad. That is absolutely mad. However, data from the CSO, the Statistics Office, showed that the number of electric cars licensed increased by 65% in the first half of this year, rising from 8,309 in the first 6 months of 2022 to 13,701 in the first half of this year. Well, of course, everyone will buy a thing when there's a fad. Do you ever hear of a thing called buyer's remorse? Buyer's remorse. When you fill the airwaves and RTE, who itself is bankrupt and needing a 40 million bailout from the taxpayer, with lies about this and tell lies about it, you're going to get a rush in. It's not whether they'll buy them the first time, it's will they buy them the second time. We went over this a big time. And now there's the issue of insurance. €5,000 in the UK. I have it from a man I know who trades in second-hand cars in both Britain and Ireland, and he tells me 5,000 is the asking price for insurance, and some companies won't insure them at all. Of course, they lie about it. They say statistically they're more dangerous than a diesel car and all of that. I also had inquiries made about the car that went on fire in Newbridge, and it's a Mercedes. Is it C300? And it's a hybrid. It's definitely a hybrid. He told me the model of it. I'll come back to that again, but it's definitely a hybrid, and they kept that a secret. I managed to find out through the motor trade what it was. Okay. The government extended vehicle registration tax relief to electric vehicles for 2 more years. What would you expect with the mad Ryan, the mad aim and ruin? For 2 more years to the end of 2025. So there you are. We have to subsidise these heaps of junk. It applies to EVs with a value of up to 50,000. 50,000. I bought my caddy van for 4,000. That's going grand. And it's easier on the environment. Right? So, it extended that to 2005, the grant. It applies to EVs with a value of up to 50,000. Earlier this year, the government reduced the grant available to most electric cars from 5,000 to 3,500. You'd want to be getting 15,000 to even think about it. That's it. So there's the news. Go woke, go broke. That's the mantra. And there's another one, bites the dust. Insolvency is the word that hangs around everything to do with aim and ruin. Minister our energy with aim and ruins, crazy, mad schemes. He hardly thinks about himself. He's been told this from the Greens in Germany, and they're now turning against this whole idea themselves. He also said he wants 5 million more migrants into Ireland. This is the lad we have. And I hear on good authority that the other parties, Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, know well he's going to drag them down in the next election, but that he's told them, if you do one thing wrong, I'll pull the plug. I'll pull the plug. I'll pull the plug if you do it. That he's mad, stone mad, and that he would, if he could get his party support him, pull out of government. He thinks he's going to get a mad majority with this baloney. It's nearly better if the government hangs on until the new year. It really is, because we're winning on the electric cars. They're going to be, no one's going to touch them very shortly. I have bad mouthed them everywhere I go. It's getting around. And I think that'll be the first thing. That's the first green thing that will actually go down, because it affects the ordinary Joe Soap. Where are the Gardaí driving electric cars? Where are the medical profession driving electric cars? Where are the fire brigades driving them? Okay, none of them. Where are the politicians? None of them. Watch out, as I said before, if the car is provided by an employer as a company as part of his green credentials and tax relief, that doesn't prove anything. The lad telling you, oh, it's a great car, ask him, did he buy it? That's the question. Folks, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Smartzone in Cork is gone wallop, leaving a lot of people who have already paid €700 to get their charging thing put in at their houses with nothing. We'll see what happens. Maybe some of the other companies will bail them out. I'd say, if anything, it's the government will bail them out. I don't know. But that's the way it's going. This whole green thing is coming unstuck. Thumbs up or thumbs down. See you back for something else. Good luck.